Hello, Pisces. I know it's been a while since I've done a reading for Pisces. I kept focusing on Scorpio and Leo for a while. So today I thought I'd get to Pisces and I thought I would use the Tarot of the Divine since I've been wanting to play with this deck. We have the Eight of Swords for your past position, Eight of Swords. So it looks like you were in your head in the past about something. It could have been about anything. I like this card because she's wearing some sort of costume that looks like a donkey, but she's not a donkey, right? So maybe somebody labeled you in the past and they labeled you as something you were not and you didn't like it and you got trapped in your head. It's like, okay, well, they say I'm this, am I really this or who am I? Now, you may have been caught up in certain insecurities. You could have been forced into hiding to escape a bad situation. But you have a decision to continue the life you have created or to step out of your self made prison. Okay. So everything that surrounds you is part of what you created. This was in the past. And some of you may be mad and, you look at this reading and you're like, I did not create that. I was the victim. They did this and they did that. And okay, I get it, but you stayed. Okay. You stayed. Even after they called you an idiot or treated you an idiot is just an example. Let me word this better. Even after they called you a name, even after they mistreated you, you still stayed there and you accepted it. Now you can either keep living in this world where other people define you, or you can get out of this world and define yourself. Okay. I don't think anyone watching this channel is an idiot, but I use that label as an example of some of the things people like to tell us. And these are people that don't know us. They like to define us so they can control us and make our lives a living hell because their lives are a living hell. It's all about them. Has nothing to do with you. If somebody has been mistreating you, that is about them. They are talking about themselves. Has nothing to do with you. They don't know you. They think they know you, but they don't. Even with these cards, I don't know Pisces. I don't know how every Pisces is or every Pisces situation. But this was in the past. Now, in the present, we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords. Okay. Six of Swords. Tell me about the Six of Swords. So basically, you're leaving behind tumultuous waters for a future that is calm and promising. So you've decided not to stay with these people that treat you in a bad way. Um, so you're healing, you're moving forward, stability, escape journeys, okay? In the future, we have the Ten of Coins. This is you being abundant. Now you notice underneath this dog, there's a lot of laughing and jeering little kids, but not that all kids act this way, but you may have some haters in your midst, Pisces. In the future, they see you as being abundant and everyone's just talking badly about you, possibly, or a lot of people are talking bad about you because they can't stand the fact that you actually stood up for yourself. Okay. So the hardships you once endured allow you to appreciate your good fortune and retire surrounded possibly by children. Now, earlier I used these as an example of maybe you have some haters, maybe you have emotionally immature people around you. I don't know. But if these are not haters, it could be that you once you let go of the past and people who held you back, you end up meeting somebody and y'all have kids together. So there's so many different meanings you can look at as far as this card goes. You could be settling down in the future. Settling down. But yeah, I was trying to read intuitively, but the book says, that these are your kids. So now if you don't really have biological kids or you don't plan on having any biological kids in the future, sometimes we can end up surrounded by adults that act emotionally immature because they just want to be around us, right? I mean, sometimes emotionally immature people can gravitate towards people who are emotionally mature because there's something that they're lacking. But my point is once you get past all the drama from the past, you're going to be where you want to be, regardless of whether you have kids or not. Because regardless of whether these are adults that act emotionally immature or these are literal kids, which they do look like literal kids to me in the picture, you are still looking down at all of them and watching them. You're still on your throne. You're still happy. Your attitude about everything lately is the Four of Swords. I like this picture because when we don't take care of ourselves, we end up in a lot of pain, don't we? I think it was last night. I was in a lot of pain. I was up late last night organizing things, cleaning things, had the lights on, and it was like 1 in the morning. And I'm like, why am I doing all this? Why don't I go to sleep? And it was because I didn't really believe I could go to sleep. It had to do with my beliefs. And so I had to turn off the lights and I had to make myself lay down and I got some good sleep. But I also took some L-theanine. Always consult your doctor. But my point is the reason why I like this card is because sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves or we don't take care of ourselves. And then we're in a lot of pain because we put ourselves through that pain. By not taking care of ourselves. And then we even make self-care a chore sometimes, like I've got to do this or I've got to do that. And so we've got to be careful about listening to our inner child and taking care of ourselves. So this is sanctuary, recouping, meditation, passivity, counseling. Some of you, if you are not in counseling right now, what this represents is an attitude of passivity. Kind of like the teenager who plays video games and eats pizza, and they're like, I don't care if I get a girl or not, or I don't care if I get a man or not, whatever. And they've stopped caring. That's the attitude. The attitude could be that you're apathetic, that you've stopped caring, or that you just want a rest. Influencing you is the Eight of Wands, some sort of communication coming in. Eight of Wands. And I'm sure this book has its own meaning for Eight of Wands as well. Speed, momentum, travel, excitement, results. So quick, decisive actions. Okay. So this is some sort of communication that came in for you, or that will be coming in for you. Now your obstacle to everything is the Two of Wands. Two of Wands. It's like you know what you want, but it's an obstacle for you right now. Two of Wands. Decisions, travel, business opportunities, future planning, cooperation. You could be having trouble with planning. Um, so this is somebody who's able to look to the past and the future in order to make effective decisions. He is always in motion, connecting dreams with actual possibilities. So it could be that you're having trouble with planning or understanding the law of cause and effect right now. That could be anything. It could be like Maybe there was a time you didn't fill up your gas tank early and then you ran out of gas somewhere. And even though this happened in the past, you're still not being careful and filling up the tank when it gets to half a tank. You're still taking risks, possibly. Still not learning from the past, still repeating the past could be an example. Having problems with planning, that is an obstacle. And it could be that you know what you want, you just don't know how to plan to get it. The outcome of everything is going to be the Knight of Cups. You could be making a love offer to somebody with this Knight of Cups energy, or just looking up to somebody. Knight of Cups for me represents idealization. Um, the way you can break idealization is to think about how people are neither good nor bad, right? Everyone has good and bad qualities in them. This also represents chivalry, affection, invitations, taking action, meaningful gifts. So there could be somebody you like, and it doesn't matter, regardless of whether you're a male or female, you could be doing nice things for this person, like opening the door for them, being a gentleman or a lady, however you want to word it. But yeah, with this, I would try to get out of idealizing. Try to see the person you're in love with as both good and bad. Because sometimes we can get our own hopes up, and then if something happens, we feel bad because we looked up to that person, we idolize them. And that's normal in childhood. In childhood, we idolized our parents, but when we get older, it's not good to idolize someone anymore. So the outcome could be you idolizing somebody. Four of Cups, I'm not trying to discourage anyone from feeling what they want to feel. I mean, you could be Four of Cups apathetic, or you could be Four of Cups, I'm lonely and I really need someone. And it's okay to be lonely, but it's not going to do you any favors to base all of your happiness on one person, to look at somebody like they're going to come save me. The only person that's going to come save you is you. What you don't see coming is the Six of Cups, okay? Memories of nostalgia. And that could possibly be what's causing you to idolize this person, is the good memories you had about them, okay? Um, so yeah, this person's not going to save you. They could have been someone from your childhood or an old friend. Um, and this is an interesting story behind this card. This card is called the Snow Queen, and it is from Denmark, and it's a Danish fairy tale. And it says the Six of Cups evokes a nostalgia for sweeter times. Kai and Gerda are best friends as children, but when Kai is struck with depression, he leaves with the Snow Queen. Through many adventures, Gerda saves him, but by then, innocence is gone. So it could be that you went through a lot with somebody, but y'all are not innocent anymore, okay? Y'all are not innocent. And it could be that you're idolizing someone who is actually cold. I mean, she is called the Snow Queen. So, that's all I have, Pisces. You've got to save you. Whatever is going on with you with that Four of Cups energy, you have to save you. And I don't know how you're going to do it. I mean, the way I let go of certain things is I ask myself what I really want. Cuz it's like, okay, I know this is going to feel good in the short term, but in the long term it's going to hurt. And that's what helps me make better decisions. I love pizza, but I have gastritis. And if I were to eat a pizza right now, I would feel great eating all that bread. But then I would feel the tomato paste, the acidic tomato paste in my stomach, and my stomach would hurt. So that's why I haven't been eating pizza lately. So you may be looking at somebody and idolizing them, and you know that it would feel so great to have them. But once they start showing who they really are, it's not going to feel so great anymore. So, I mean, the Snow Queen was pretty in that picture. She was pretty, but would you want to live with somebody who's cold? Over time, it would kind of wear you down. So, that's all I have, Pisces. I think what the cards were trying to say is that you should look at the long-term effects of your decisions instead of the short-term effects. And that's part of growing up. When we're growing up and we're kids, we want it now. And I'm not saying you're a kid. I'm just saying that sometimes we carry things from childhood into our adulthood, and we're just like, yeah, I want it now. And then once we get it, we really didn't want it that bad. Like you could have a cavity and you think you want candy, and as soon as you have it, it hurts that tooth, and it's like, ow, I didn't really want that. So, get in touch with your needs and your wants. Get in touch with what you really want, because it's not about someone coming in and solving your problems. It's about what you want from life. And when I use the word what, I'm not saying that your person's a what. They're not a what, they're a person. But when I use the word what, I'm talking about what do you want to happen? What do you want to play out in your life? So, um, because we can't just idolize things, okay? We can't use the magical thinking and the idealization and, magically change people. I know there are some people in the spiritual community that like to say, well, if you just believe that this person will change, they will change. That's magical thinking, and it's unhealthy. And sitting beside someone and smiling at them and taking all of their meanness and hoping that they will eventually change does not do them or you a favor. It keeps them where they're at, and it keeps you being mistreated. So, I mean, facts are facts. We can't imagine that somebody is all of a sudden not cold anymore, and then, you know, they stop being cold. You can't imagine your way to a happy relationship. So that's all I have. Um, the way you're going to get past this is part of it after finding out what you want is maybe to hang out with people who are more balanced, or even find videos on YouTube of people who are balanced, okay? Even if they're boring. Even though they're boring, at least they're balanced. I would rather have boring and balanced than being in fights all day with somebody because I idolize them and then let them move in with me. So, focus on someone else is all I can say, because idolization doesn't really get us anywhere. At least not from my experience. I've never heard of a story where, I mean, aside from Disney, in Disney, they both idolize each other and they live their happily ever after, but that's Disney. So, thank you.